kids and the internet. Find out how to spark a conversation with your kids that could protect them from the dangers online.
Plus, a look at how you can enjoy a romantic getaway in Fredericksburg with your special someone.
Then actress and Louisiana native Taja B. Simpson chats about the new season of the hit BET show The Oval. All of that happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. It's only Tuesday, right?
It is only Tuesday. It's 1/11/22.
Oh, that is so cool.
This thing with numbers, right? A lot of cool dates these days.
I know. Hey, I like your outfit change. And again, day two, we kind of match.
It was completely accidental. I had to scrounge through whatever we had in the makeup room because this morning I came inside from our Habitat for Humanity
Freezing.
build and soaking wet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. My forearms hurt from hammering.
My lower body did as well. And in case you haven't been tuning in to KPRC2 this morning, you may have missed. This is our 9th annual Habitat build. And it's such a fantastic tradition that we have. Of course, we partner, Courtney, with Habitat for Humanity. How many builds have you done? Probably almost all 9 of them.
Almost. I think I missed a year. So, you know, this is such a great day here at the station. There's all the big crew. And if you look real closely, you're going to see Daniela Guzman there in the middle-ish next to Chris.
In the red.
Who's going to be making her re-debut back here on KPRC, which we're excited for. I was glad to catch up with her. Lots of hammering. What is so cool about this event that we do here, this happens in our parking lot, right? It's a chance for our entire staff, along with the Habitat folks, to work together to build the walls of this home that will then be taken on a flatbed truck over to the neighborhood where it will be constructed. And I do this at every build. I know it's fun and we get to see our coworkers that we don't get to see all the time, especially now because more than half of our staff is not in the building.
Yeah.
So it's great to see them. But when you think about what we're doing in the parking lot, right? We're hammering away. We're putting in a little bit of sweat equity for the homeowner. But these walls then are carried to the foundation of the home, which is so significant and it's so cool to be part of.
It's a life-changing thing for the family who will be receiving this home.
That was the first nail that I got in there.
We were all very proud of you. And a reminder, too, I mean, this home isn't just given away.
No.
The family who moves in to it, they work on the home, they have to pay for the home, they pay a mortgage. And as you mentioned, I mean, these walls, they were loaded up on that flatbed truck. They are already en route to the site. And getting out there, there's something very satisfying about like just swinging a hammer. And as you said, knowing that this is all for a fantastic cause, it made me just realize, you know, we spend so much time worrying about the small stuff. And I think any time little Tex Man was there, he was the official supervisor of the day. This is a great shot. I think Taisha took a lot of these photos today, and our friend Howard Chen took a bunch of them as well. He's in studio with us now. But it's such a fantastic reminder that if you're feeling down and if your life just feels a little bit off, when you get out and help someone else, when you do something for someone else, it really is like the best way to start feeling better about yourself, I think.
Absolutely. I think it's a great stress reliever because you exhale, you realize, you know what, don't sweat the small stuff. There's things in people that need help, and I feel like when you do kind of that aha moment or that shift, it allows you to sink into the moment.
Yeah, it really does. Well, listen, I was asked to nominate MVPs for the day. I wasn't actually asked. I just noticed that 2 people especially were working really hard. Feely on the left, Enrique on the right. We love these 2. They're kind, lovely people. They were out there for literally hours and hours and hours working nonstop. So kudos to Feely and Enrique and our entire KPRC2 team as well. Our general manager, Jerry Martin, who ensures that this happens every single year. The Habitat folks, we had such a lovely time, and thanks for including us.
I know, it's so great. And by the way, Feely and Enrique, don't worry, our producers will be in touch with you on that award that you're going to be given as well. So lighten it up just a little bit. This is actually, I thought of you today. I know that you and Brando like to share things, so like sometimes a toothbrush or towels or something. Any undies? Shirt?
It's probably happened like once or twice on vacation. Has it ever happened to y'all or you where you pack for vacation and you get somewhere and you realize you didn't pack any underwear?
Never. No. I may not bring a swimsuit. I may forget a toothbrush. I may forget contact lenses. Never forgetting the foundations.
Okay, can you understand how most regular people like me might forget their underwear?
Why am I not regular?
Yeah, well, I've been asking myself that question for years. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sometimes we forget.
No, we don't forget. We don't forget. But listen, Norway needs help. And
yes, they do.
they need help.
Why?
They need undies for their military
Oh.
personnel. So part of serving in the military, they do a 12 to kind of 18-month service for their young people there.
It's compulsory. You
yes,
don't have a choice. You have to.
You have to do it.
Okay.
You got to do it. And part of the uni, you get undies. You know, you get some underpants, you get some bras, you get that. Well, what they're saying now, once you're done with the service, you can't take the foundations with you. They need to recirculate. They don't have enough.
Hold the phone.
Yes.
So when they issue you whatever you're wearing, your uniform, the undergarments are part of that.
Yeah. Until recently, roughly 8,000 young men and women who every year do their military service returned their outer clothing, but were allowed to leave the barracks with their undergarments and socks that were issued. And not so much anymore. It's just shortcomings. Like they need it. They need you to just say, not walking away with it.
I mean, is it really that gross? They get washed in like hot water,
I know.
right?
I just don't want anybody else wearing, I don't want to wear someone else's, and I certainly, it's just kind of, it's a thing. I know they're clean, but like if I'm walking it, there's a reason why these types of garments aren't even allowed. You can't donate them.
You can't donate them. Yeah. You have to textile recycle them.
Yeah, but Norway, they're recycling them.
Well, we could help by, maybe buying them some extra underwear. Is there like an underwear shortage in the world?
Yeah,
Or in that
well,
part of the world?
in for them, apparently, for the
Wow.
military service.
Well, I would love to donate some gently used
Undies?
undies. I don't know. I guess I just don't think it's that gross to like reuse or like wear someone else's underwear.
Okay.
I don't. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen?
I think there's some problems.
Do you know once I was in a play downtown at Theater Under the Stars Hobby Center? It was very nice of them to include me in how to
Where
succeed
is
in
this
business.
story going?
Well, so as part of my wardrobe, I had to wear like special undergarments. Any of you theater kids out there, you know, there's something called a dance belt.
Yeah.
It's not a belt.
Not at all. It is sort of.
It's like a belt, but underwear. It's very thick and it's nude colored. And
Flesh?
Yes, flesh colored. And Sandy and Colleen in the costume shop, love you both, miss you, haven't seen you in years because of COVID. But they gave me my very own little under set, the shirt with my name in it and the undergarments with my name in it. And I was like, well, that's nice. I get to keep them.
Well, yeah, once your name is in it, then it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
Okay, so speaking of not being able to donate underwear or socks, you can do the textile recycling, right?
Yes.
If you find like the Green City Recycler, follow them on Instagram. You can drop them in drop boxes around town. So on insider.com, there's a list of 12 wardrobe items, Courtney. I'm very curious to know what you think about this.
Okay.
So these expert stylists have weighed in and essentially said, it's 2022, it's a new year.
I'm still wearing my Uggs.
I'm not sure if that made the list.
Oh, okay.
So there are 12 items that stylists suggest getting rid of. You ready for this?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Plain leggings. I think that
Like,
means,
is this like workout
I think that
leggings,
means
or these are
leggings
like
without a pattern,
cotton?
maybe.
Is this like a cotton, or this is like, we don't have full details? Okay, go on.
Bro, I'm not a stylist. I don't know. Without a pattern.
Okay.
So it's like just a plain colored a legging. Stilettos.
Never getting rid of them.
Full baggy outfits. Full baggy outfits.
What does that mean? Like a jumpsuit?
Like a jumpsuit, maybe. Perhaps skinny jeans.
Yeah, I ditched those.
Micro bags.
Never had one. Phone's too big.
You know what? I have so many fanny packs at home right now, I can't even keep track.
Well, no, micro bags are not a fanny pack. The micro bags is like literally a lipstick.
Oh.
It's the teeny tiny. It was a big trend.
That's not even functional.
No, it's not.
Cold shoulder tops?
Yeah, those are kind of, yeah.
What are those, like shoulder pads?
It's like,
it's where it's a cutout.
Out shoulder.
It's a cutout.
Yeah, that was a big trend for a long time.
I have a ton of those, but I gave them all away. Shrug sweaters.
To the Norway.
Chunky sneakers. Bike shorts.
Chunky sneakers.
Okay, what is wrong with bike shorts?
What's wrong with that? They're great to wear when you're getting a pedicure.
What?
Bike shorts?
Why?
Because you don't have to like worry about pulling up your pants and getting oil or lotion on your pants. You have a free leg.
You know, they're also great for wearing biking.
Oh yeah, not the padded ones, like the fancy ones.
Tie-dye clothing, retro bucket hats, and checkerboard prints. Wait, the retro bucket hat, I thought that came back in style.
It did, and here's the thing. Again, we're gonna just go back to the fashion thing. Like if you're into it, do it.
Yeah, you do you.
You know, there's hot trends of the moment. If you're into it, you do it. If you're not,
Hey, one note about the cycling shorts too, and circling back to Norway.
Yeah?
If anyone is picking up cycling, you know the cardinal rule, like when you wear bike shorts, you cannot wear underwear underneath.
What?
You can't.
Why?
Because of major chafing action, and you could get folliculitis where your hair follicles get all inflamed. As a veteran cyclist,
Yeah.
do not.
Don't do it.
Do not. Ditch the underwear. You just have to pull them on and use chamois butter.
Well, chamois butter is great for running too. We got Houston Marathon. I mean, you know, if you're
yeah.
doing anything long distance like that, you definitely
It's
need it.
essentially like a really heavy lotion that you've got to put on to ensure that you're like.
It's also Mega Babe, I
lubricated.
think, is the other one for women.
Mega Babe? Oh,
Yeah.
that was my nickname in high school.
It was, or
Yeah.
mine. Is that weird? We have the same nickname?
Weird. You go here? I can't believe today is only Tuesday.
What is happening? Okay, all right, well, still to come. Listen, from the beauty counter to the big screen, y'all seriously are gonna be like, huh?
Oh,
You're never
yeah.
gonna guess which celebrity worked as a makeup artist while auditioning as well.
This one blew
Me too.
my mind. You cannot miss it. Don't go away. Houston Life will be right back. Super Babe. Mega Babe?
Mega Babe.
Whatever,
You
babe.
go here.
What you know about me? Just what the people say.
Welcome back to Houston Life. Jeremy Renner. Okay, so we love Jeremy Renner. You know, he is known for roles on like films like The Hurt Locker, Wind River, The Avengers. You know, he's 51 years old.
No, I did not know that. He's a hottie patati too.
51 years.
Yeah.
There he is.
So
There-
good looking.
So he was recently on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast. He revealed, check this out. You already teased it before the commercial break, Courtney. Early on in his career, he was a makeup artist on the side. So get this, he had a day job at Lancome Outlet in the 90s to help make ends meet.
I mean, okay, first of all, I get it. Like, it not surprising, right? Like, trying to audition, trying to make it big. I mean, you're either waiting tables, you're doing, but like, he was a makeup artist. It's just, it blows my mind,
Yeah,
right?
and he said he was also a fragrance model with a friend in the mall. So, and it goes to show, I mean, celebrity doesn't happen overnight, right? And a lot of these folks in Hollywood, you always hear these stories about someone, they moved to LA, they lived there for years, and then like the day before they were gonna move away and give up, they land their first big role.
It's crazy, just waiting to get discovered.
Super cool. 51 though.
I know.
mean, maybe the Lancome, you know, maybe they taught him something. Keep him looking young.
Let's bring in Joe Sam with our question of the day. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, that's right. We want to hear from you. What's a job you'll never forget and why? And we already have those jobs coming in. Everybody's sending those in. Some really great ones too. Let's go ahead and check it out. Tootie, she writes in, I was working at Globe, a store like Walmart, because I've never heard of Globe before. Of course, we had an old-fashioned cash register. They were manual and didn't think for you. I jammed one of the keys in it and it caught on fire.
Oh, my word.
Needless to say, my working at Globe didn't last long. They fired me. Yeah, sorry for you.
But
I
it was
feel
the cash
bad. I
register's
know it wasn't her
fault.
fault that it jammed up and caught on fire. Well, okay, let's see what Terry has to write in. She writes in, working at a dance studio during the urban cowboy craze.
Wow.
So many people learning to dance like John Travolta. Met my husband there.
Oh,
that's
so
a way to
sweet.
meet the husband on the job. Good for you. Oh, wait. Catherine writes in, first day as an apprentice dog groomer, I shaved a show dog poodle bald. Now, they told me to use the wrong grade raiser. I never heard of that before. I guess that's something that you use for the dogs. I was upset, but groomer told me owner was elderly and had poor sight. Maybe she wouldn't notice. She fired herself.
Oh my gosh, Catherine.
Oh, I feel bad for her. I would like to see the picture of the poodle, though.
Oh, no.
Head over to our Houston Life Facebook page. Join that conversation. We'll share more of your comments a little later on in the show. Any jobs that you guys had?
You know, I couldn't wait to turn 16 to go work at Benetton, United Colors of, so that was really fun. But in college, I had a stint as a DJ.
What? Come on now, Courtney.
Okay,
At Gillies Bar. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay, look, they're getting your skills going. Hey.
Yeah, take your
totally
request.
see you as a DJ. Also, fun fact about Courtney, you know she wanted to be an ophthalmologist?
What? Just a list of jobs.
And somehow you ended up in TV.
Yeah, that's a whole show.
You could have been my eye doctor.
I could have been.
You
could you
have
imagine?
diagnosed your own dry eye disease.
Or my DJ at my 16th birthday party.
Yes. Hey, listen, there's still
Wow.
chances for me to get out and DJ a party.
I
So-
can see a bit behind there just jamming out with the DJ booth. Hey, look, there they go.
Great at that.
It was
I
so
worked
much
at
fun.
a swimming pool every single summer. I was
Did
in
you
the
work
pool
at Raging
all day.
Waters?
I didn't work at Raging Waters,
Okay.
which is a water park in Utah. It was like a local, it was a smaller pool, but I was in the pool all day and all night. My hair was blonde from the sun, my skin was tan, but the most panic-stricken I ever felt on a job was when I worked concessions at a local theater. We didn't even have a cash register to blow up on.
Yes,
us. And people would be like, I'll take the mint thing and I'll take that and I'll take that. And I had to do the math in my head.
Oh, no.
And so I would just panic and blurt out any number.
$20.
$20 for popcorn.
$2.50. And they'd be like, are you sure? About 100 things. Yeah,
Yeah,
take
that's it. $3. It's good.
See, I would screw up because I'm not good with math at all, so I wouldn't know how much change to give back to the person or anything. It has to
me.
do it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been horrible at that job, too.
Yeah, it was before electricity, too, so we didn't even have calculators or
Where's
iPhones.
your abacus?
I know, I know. Oh, thank you, Joe.
No problem.
And thanks to our viewers. Those were some good comments.
Absolutely.
Fun
Good
stories.
flashback for sure. When we come back, 3 red flags your kid needs to look out for to stay safe online. Discovered the important tools you must share with your kids.
And from shopping to wine tastings and a whole lot more, the small Texas town you have got to add to your list for a romantic getaway. Houston Life will be right back.
Welcome back. You know, if your children have access to technology and social media, it's important to provide them tools to proactively remain safe online. It's a conversation that we continue to have at our house. I'm sure yours as well. Joining us now with critical information for parents to know and to share with our kids, Rania Mancarios, Executive Director of Crime Stoppers Houston. Rania, it's always great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's always good to be here.
This is a great topic. It's one I feel like my husband and I have with our kids on the regular, and it's something that is never too often. And when we talk about the dangers of being online and the ages and all of that, we have to really talk about the #1 bullet point of really sexual exploitation.
Absolutely. Listen, our kids are being raised in a new world, and that's the online world. And we're learning as they're going through things. So it's important that we're on top of it. I wrote a book on it, and I hope everybody gets it. So here's the thing. 1 in 4 girls, 1 in 6 boys will experience sexual exploitation by the time they're 18. We know that almost 90% of minors who receive a sexual advance receive it online. So we have to be aware that this is happening and have some really odd conversations. And here's the first one, Courtney. Kids, sexting is now the new first base. It's the first thing they're going to do as they enter a relationship or talk about sending nudes or inappropriate photos or messages. It's got to be part of the new birds and bees conversation. I mean, we have to wrap our heads around that, but we can do it, and we have the tools to keep them safe. It's just stopping to really take a look at the landscape.
And really talk about it, because not talking about it is not the answer. You have to have these conversations. That's just the world that we live in today. We do want to mention today, January 11th, is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. We need to talk to our kids about this. It's not just a girl issue either. Texas is one of 3 states that it's #1. Houston is a hub for this. This is a big red flag.
It is a big red flag. So listen, we want everyone to sit and talk to their kids today about one, if a person online that you know or you don't know, that you only know through an online conversation is asking to meet with you or asking for personal information on you, that's a red flag. If they're requesting photos of you, that is a red flag. And third, if they are going to talk to you about anything that's inappropriate, whether it's nude photos, drugs, or any type of illegal activity, even if they're presenting it as a joke, that's your third red flag. We want every time a child sees one of those three to have their antennas up, to think something's not right and I need to recognize this, proceed with caution, either block that person, tell your parents or a caretaker, but create an exit strategy, because at that point you're walking down a slippery slope.
Absolutely. I love that exit strategy. Our kids should be equipped with that as well. I think the other thing is, Rania, you and I have laughed about this, and and I'm sure other parents have as well. Like, you know, our 6 and 7 and 8-year-old kids know the technology and the apps and the games better than we do. We go to them for the advice, right? When our phone's not working or we don't know how to click on something, we go to the younger generation. That shouldn't be the answer. We should be able to know what platforms our kids are on.
Yeah, and Courtney, you hit the nail on the head. It's actually very hard to do, especially when I talk to so many parents and say, okay, I just figured out Snapchat. Now they're talking about OnlyFans. Like, it's impossible. So tools to help parents navigate this. I really believe in creating evergreen tools that live with parents and aren't dependent on the latest, newest gadget or technology, because we will always be outsmarted, unfortunately. So that's one of the big things I try to do, is create these evergreen tools that live with you as you raise your children and live with your child no matter where he or she finds themselves online. I will say this too. So many parents say, well, I've installed monitoring apps, and those are awesome. We love Bark. It's the greatest one in our opinion, but that can't be your only strategy. You know, you've got to have other mechanisms in place, and they're really through conversations that guide your kids to safety, no matter what the newest online challenge is, the latest online trend is, whether it's National Human Trafficking Awareness Day or child abuse information, you know, a day about child abuse. It's got to grow and live with our kids. And that's what we strive to do through these conversations and through putting out content.
Absolutely. And keeping that line of communication open. And it's great to have those monitoring apps and things, but you got to use them too. You got to look at them. It's one thing to say, I downloaded, I got it, but then if you don't use it, it's sort of pointless. Rania, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much. It's always great to catch up with you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for having me, Courtney.
You bet. If you'd like to connect with Rania, head over to our website, HoustonLife.tv. Click on the Scene on Houston Life section. Now let's send it over to Joe, who spoke with an actress from a popular BET series. This is a good one, Joe.
It really is, Courtney. Coming up, best known for her roles as Priscilla on Tyler Perry's The Oval, actress Taja V. Simpson is dishing on this season of the hit BET show. Plus, we'll get a check of what's coming up for the news at 4, including a look at when these temps could be warming back up. Houston Life is back in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Houston Live. Courtney and Derek back with you on this Tuesday, just about 3:30.
It's been nice to take a trip down memory lane, sort of revisit some of our very first jobs, and that was our question of the day. What is a job you will never forget, and why? Donna writes in, she used to work for a small town fire department, a dispatcher. She was only 17 and was the secretary and dispatcher. I loved my job.
I bet that was really exciting.
So exciting, right? You got to stay on your toes with a job like that.
Unbelievable. Michelle writes in, working at my sister's daycare in the early 90s, she fired me every week.
Oh. Okay.
I love that you kept coming back.
Yeah. And Becky writes in, briefly worked for a firm I will never forget because A, the owner was a terrible human, and B, the office was an old house that was a bit haunted.
Oh, crazy. Kevin writes in, internship at Disney World because it's Disney.
Oh my gosh.
I bet that was fun.
Do you know, before I actually became a full-time reporter covering like hard news, a job that I considered, I was going to go be a performer on a Disney cruise ship.
Why didn't that happen?
Because I'm not sure my dancing skills were strong enough. And then the people I knew who ended up doing that, you know, they would come to port only like once a week. And they would jump on a bus and they would go to Walmart and then they would get back on the ship and they would be gone. I mean, you're out to sea kind of all the time, but it would have been a really cool gig.
Very cool gig. Krista Marino, who used to be our health reporter way, way, way back, grew up in Florida, and she did characters in the summer. So one year she was Cinderella, another year, I mean, she had all of these different characters that she would work at Disney in the summertime.
Oh, you're kidding. Here in Houston, it would be tough to be like a mascot or in costume just because of our humidity during
No,
the summer.
I was a mascot once.
You were?
At school for
At
AJ.
school, you were.
Very hot, very claustrophobic. It's a one-day gig. I don't know if I'd call it a job.
Can't wait to do it again.
It was really fun, though. New appreciation for the mascots in the world.
Yes.
All right, let's check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what they have coming up at the top of the hour. Hey, guys.
Hey. Mascots are awesome, yeah, for sure.
Yes, it's a hard job.
I just feel like I always wonder if they're just sweating so
Yes.
badly under there. And thank
Yes,
you for
they are.
confirming that, because I feel like I'd be super claustrophobic too. Also, Derek,
Yeah.
I feel like you would have been great dancing on a cruise ship.
Oh.
That totally makes sense.
You know what? It does totally make sense in so many ways,
I
right?
can see it.
really
I can see
does.
it.
Can I be
always
your
a plan
DJ
B.
on the ship?
Good to know.
He could have DJ'd. I could have, yes. We're taking this show on the road. We just need a ship.
Let's go. I got one.
That would be good stuff. That'd be good stuff.
You guys have a kayak we can borrow? Hey, we got Frank the Admiral. I mean,
oh
we
my
got the
gosh.
whole thing.
Now we're set.
It's all
like the Love
falling in
Boat.
place. My goodness.
I'll commandeer a kayak for us. Yeah. Hey, you know, 1975, 15 years old, second Chick-fil-A in the country I worked
Really?
at.
Wow.
No.
Yes. And a guy named Morris Jackson had bought it for one of the first franchisees. He still runs Chick-fil-A's in Birmingham.
No
I know.
way.
He's probably made a bloody fortion off those
It's
things.
an institution.
Oh,
Were,
yeah.
were you the mascot, Frank? What was
No.
your job?
I was not the chicken, if that's what you're asking.
Or the cow?
But you know, the plus was that you got all the free food you would want. And people said, well, don't you get just sick of Chick-fil-A? And I was like, actually, you get addicted to it. So you got to be
All
careful.
the way around.
There's
They
so
hook
many
you.
good things there.
Yep.
Good
So
stuff.
when it comes to workers at Chick-fil-A, Frank is like the OG.
Oh my gosh.
That's me.
Look at
Second
you.
one, yeah.
You're an Admiral and a Chick-fil-A OG.
I'm just more impressed daily.
My mind is blown.
Wow. I had no idea. We had no idea.
I mean, it's amazing we're sitting at this table with these, talented people.
yeah. And you can do the weather. Oh my
know
gosh.
No better job. I'm telling you, no better
Listen,
job.
we need you to stay
Of
in
all the
this
jobs I've had, this is the one I like. That's for sure. A little cloud cover out there. What a beautiful day for our habitat build. You'll be hearing all about it at 4, 5, and 6. We had a great time out there today. Temperatures right there in the mid and the upper 50s. So the cloud cover keeping generally enough sun off our back to enjoy the day. That's for sure. Look at this beauty. This is Beckett. I know, gorgeous. 56, 55, perfect dog walking weather as we move into this evening. This little bit of precipitation has been moving across the country. Actually getting some sleet reports out toward Caldwell County off of College Station as this moves across. Don't look for that here. In fact, most of this is going to miss us to the north. Here's a look at the futurecast. But here in Houston, a quick little sprinkle or two is certainly a possibility as we move into this evening. Once we get to tomorrow morning, it's all out of here. And this cloud cover to start Wednesday peels away. So we'll see some sunshine eventually on Wednesday afternoon. So tonight we're in the 50s, just a chance for a sprinkle. Wednesday, some sweater weather with a high of 62. On Thursday, the warm up begins. We'll talk about the weekend because I have some big changes coming up on Saturday. That's coming up at 4.
Changes. Okay, we'll see you then, Frank. Thank you, sir. We'll look now at some of the stories we're working on for our newscast at 4 o'clock. Harris County commissioners working out the details to get more COVID rapid tests for school districts. We'll take you inside the new multi-million-dollar deal and how the county plans to get the tests to families who need them.
And tax season hasn't started yet, but the IRS already has a warning about delays. But if you're expecting a refund this year, there are a few ways you can get ready now to be among the first in line.
The pandemic is changing the way new mothers handle their pregnancies. More families are hiring doulas leading up to and just after the baby's birth. Find out how the practice is helping keep mothers and newborns healthier, especially in high-risk communities. Yeah, I know some friends who are turning that way more often. Yeah, so yeah, okay.
Very interesting. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you at 4 o'clock. Well, Tyler Perry's The Oval returns tonight for another season, and along with that new season, Courtney, comes a lot of drama.
Oh, yeah. Joe Sam chatted with one of the stars of the show ahead of tonight's season premiere. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, yeah, this is one of my favorite shows on air right now. Actress, entrepreneur, and best-selling author Taja V. Simpson is making waves on the current season of The Oval, where you'll see the volatile relationship between the president, first lady, and children as they navigate their lives in the White House. Taja dished out more about her character and what helps her keep her career shining bright.
I'm a strong, confident, secure woman who does not deserve this and will not take this.
She plays the White House resident staff supervisor on the hit BET show, The Oval, one of my favorite shows. Joining me right now, I have Taja V. Simpson. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And I know you have so much going on right now, but we want to go back and talk about your role on The Oval as Priscilla Owens.
She runs the White House. She's the one that keeps all the staff in order. If you know anything about the White House and their staff, the staff keeps everything worked out for everyone. The first family, everyone that comes in has to go through some level of staff there. And as Priscilla Owens, I make sure that the White House runs smoothly. However, our show is very dramatic, darling. So what that means is every single episode there's going to be something tumultuous and crazy that happens that's going to kind of throw her off, and she has to figure out what to do. People die around her while they're trying to run the country. Her husband is cheating on her with the first lady. A lot's happening. So all that while still trying to help run the White House.
Working as a dark-skinned person within this industry, tell us a little bit more about how you've had to deal with any type of racism, because I've learned that you've even had to deal with it within your own family.
Absolutely. Colorism is something that was really prevalent for me growing up in Louisiana. I grew up during an era where the brown paper bag test was a real thing. Like if you were, what that means is for anyone watching, if you were darker than a brown paper bag test, you weren't allowed to go in people's homes. You weren't afforded different social norms. People just really discriminated against you because you were darker skinned. So it took me about 25 years before I looked into the mirror and accepted what I look like, and then 30 years before I looked into the mirror and loved what I saw back.
What would you tell that young black girl or that young black boy or anybody of any color, of any race, to be motivated to follow their passion, follow their dreams, do what they've been put here to do?
I would suggest them doing mirror work. Mirror work is when you stand in the mirror, your bathroom, wherever you are, and you are talking to yourself, but you're leading it with I am affirmations. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am enough. Whatever those things are, I am whatever that goal is. You have to do that. Repetition, the repetition of it is what allow that thing to show up in your life, because the vibration of that will precede the manifestation of it. But that's not going to happen if you don't fully believe first. And as long as you stay focused on that definiteness of purpose, it will happen. So it doesn't matter. Get started. Get going. You can do it.
You definitely can. Some words of motivation from Taja right there. Season 3 of The Oval premieres tonight at 8, and I'll have a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv, with how you can tune in. Now, her character on the show is just how she is in real life. Like, she is motivational, she's inspiring, she's, of course, beautiful. So everybody feels that when she's on screen, too. She doesn't have to act at all.
Right, and tough.
You can tell
it.
she's really good at her job of the tear coming down. Also, I mean, it really made me pause to hear her say that she's had these moments where she's doubted herself, because she is such a strong person. I think that was really cool that she opened up to you like that.
Absolutely, and gave us all the motivation that we need to continue doing what we're having to do in our lives. So I love listening to her every single time. She does these different presentations and speakings, and she even has her own academy for working actors. So she's giving back.
Nice. All right, we'll be tuning in tonight, Joe.
Definitely do so.
Thanks. All right, coming up on Houston Life, looking to get away from the big city for some much-needed R&R? Yeah, me too, dude. We are highlighting the charming Texas town where you can have a relaxing escape.
Stay with us, Houston Life. We'll be right back.
All right, so if you've been just itching to take a proper vacation in the new year, why not start 2022 with a romantic getaway? Lucky for you, we've got the ideal destination for a relaxing escape to the Texas Hill Country. Here with more on why Fredericksburg is one of the best kept secrets is Fredericksburg Convention and Visitor Bureau Director of Communications, Amanda Kuhn. Welcome back. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. Okay, so Fredericksburg has been called one of the best winter destinations. This was by Travel and Leisure magazine. Why does it deserve this title, Amanda?
Oh, it's just so romantic. From the guest houses and B&Bs to the wineries, you really can't go wrong.
Okay, so you can have a little wine, you can have a great meal. Also, the places to stay. I mean, there's some unforgettable lodging options. And when we think of Houston, I mean, Houston is, of course, like very flat. The only mountains we have are really the skyscrapers downtown, right? But when you get out to Fredericksburg, some of the lodging options are so special because look at these views.
Yes, they're just incredible. The Texas Hill Country views cannot be beat. From staying in something really unique like a tree house to a guest house downtown, you just have so many choices.
That is such beautiful architecture right there. Look at these couples. They all look very relaxed and connected, right? Let's talk about the proximity as well, because a lot of people might shy away from travel, Amanda, because they hate the idea of getting on a plane and going to an airport. Fredericksburg is only 4 hours from Houston.
Yes, it's just right in your backyard.
So you have essentially you can pack up the car and take a little road trip, make that part of the adventure.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about wine country, because when we talk about one of the best kept secrets, people in Texas know about Fredericksburg wine. Tell me all about it.
Well, Fredericksburg is the epicenter of Texas wine. So we have about 50 vineyards and tasting rooms in Fredericksburg's area. So plenty to taste and see and enjoy. Tons of really great wine pairing experiences, vintner dinners. Really no end to what you can do and have fun.
It is fantastic. And also, if you want to plan like a girls trip or even just like, I don't know, mother-daughter trip, there are so many different ways you can enjoy Fredericksburg. 1,500 guest houses or bed and breakfasts and 20 local hotels and motels to choose from. So you have plenty of options in terms of lodging.
Yes, you'll be cozy no matter what.
Okay, give us some of your insider tips, because it seems like, you know, whether you're taking a long weekend, that's fantastic, but you can also get out there midweek, which is kind of one of your pro tips, right?
Absolutely. So one of my best kept secrets that I'm definitely letting out is to come during the week. There's so much to do. You really can't do it all in one weekend. So just come during the week, experience Fredericksburg a little slower, live like a local, get into your favorite restaurants and wineries, and just enjoy.
So the weekdays are just a little bit slower then. It's maybe a little bit less expensive for lodging?
You can definitely get some different rates, but book ahead. That's my biggest tip, is just plan ahead, book now for the romance season and even for spring. Yeah, general rule of thumb for sure is if you travel midweek, you can find definitely much more in terms of places to stay. Okay, let's talk about some of the local attractions. We talked about some of the shops, but if you want to sip and stroll, there are art galleries and boutiques. You have this downtown historic district, which is a really great place to start. Oh, it's incredible. The whole city is really walkable and charming. The architecture is perfect. There's lots of outdoor patios and cafes where you can grab a bite to eat. You can grab a glass of wine to go and enjoy while you shop. You can also hit a couple of museums that are located downtown, or go hiking at even Enchanted Rock. Oh, it all sounds so lovely. Enchanted Rock, this is the state natural area. Yes, incredible views of the Texas Hill Country. Okay, so many local favorites I'm reading book in advance, so the good time to book is now. How are we in terms of the Valentine's Day bookings? Like if you want to go for Valentine's Day, can we still book? Get on it right now. Get on it now. Get on it now, and really the further in advance that you plan, the better reservations you're going to get, the more exclusive offers that you'll get, just a better experience in general. Okay, gotcha. And I know we're talking all about like the winter getaway, but we can't forget peach season. Yes. What's the prime time for peach season, Amanda? So mid-May to the beginning of September is peach season in Fredericksburg. It's quite peachy. Okay. That is a good one. That's a very good one. Okay, so big news I think we're about to announce. So with Valentine's Day right around the corner, the Fredericksburg CVB is giving one lucky couple a chance to win an unforgettable Texas Hill Country experience. Sorry, Courtney, we're not eligible
We can't enter, but y'all can enter. You can head over to clicktohouston.com/contests to enter for your chance to win that stay in Fredericksburg. You can also head over to visitfredericksburgtx.com. That's visitfredericksburgtx.com, or call 830-997-6523 if you'd like any help planning your getaway. So, Amanda Kuhn, thanks so much for stopping by. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you too.
And you're going to see us out there very, very soon, and definitely for peach season as well.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, what do you say we check in with Lauren Kelly, who's hanging out at a pretty cool new spot with classic vibes this afternoon. Hey there, Lauren, where are you?
I hope you guys are hungry. Gatsby Steakhouse in Montrose literally has everything on the menu, from award-winning onion rings to a 40-ounce tomahawk steak. Oh my God! Just kidding, just kidding. More details on their amazing dishes and their standout menu when Houston Life returns. It's huge. Well, with so many delicious restaurants in Houston to try, I've got one you need to add to the top of your list, the hot spot everybody has been telling me to go check out. So here we are at Gatsby's in Montrose, and it truly lives up to exactly what you think it is. General Manager Luis Rodriguez is here to basically break down the menu and tell us all about you guys bringing this concept to Houston. First off, why Montrose? We know and love the community, right?
So thank you, Lauren, for that. Yes, we fell in love with the neighborhood, storied part of Houston, the building here from the 20s. Everything resonated with what we wanted to do when we wanted to build our restaurant.
I love the fact that this is an older building. It wasn't destroyed, so part of the original history is still really here inside Gatsby's.
100% true, yes. The DNA of the building, it was really in line with our thoughts of our steakhouse.
And you know, it's 2022. It's almost like we're re-experiencing the roaring 20s all over again, right?
100%, yes.
So with the decor, you come in, the jazz music plays, the classics, the Brad Pack is on, you've got the vibe. You come in to see the big bar. It's just an amazing setup.
It truly is. Sexy, it's dark, it's a place to be seen. We've got these Prohibition-style cocktails that are signature for us here. Everything really ties together nicely.
So let's just dive right on into the menu. First of all, it's a steakhouse. So we've got to talk about this massive steak in front of you right now. You guys, this is 40 ounces. I cannot believe it. Tell us about this one, Luis.
So this is one of our signature cuts here. It's a 40-ounce domestic Wagyu Snake River Farms ribeye. Amazing.
Basically the best that you can get right here. And if you don't think that's enough, then you're definitely in for a treat. So one of our favorite things that we saw on the appetizer menu was the deviled eggs. We got to talk about those because I've never seen a set of deviled eggs that looks anything like that.
So I'm with you. And so Chef painstakingly created this dish for us. It has house-made bacon jam. It has a crispy fried shrimp on top.
Yeah.
Not at all
There's
like
cheese inside the mixture, like a garlic butter, all the things. The chef was telling us it's like 20 different things
all the things
in the deviled eggs.
And probably, arguably, the most popular appetizers that we have.
I would definitely have to agree with that. So right here, we got to talk about onion rings. And normally at a steakhouse, you don't think of onion rings, but these are award-winning onion rings.
Yes, indeed they are. And honestly, probably the most popular side dish that we have. So we've been really honored lately to have these showcased by some of our local heroes.
So something that I do love to order when I order a nice steak is also the surf and turf, which we must bring out, the most sought after and Insta-worthy item that literally is out. Chef, come on, bring this over. Luis, what in the world is this? This is a massive tower.
So you're right. So, you know, a legit steakhouse has to have an impressive seafood selection as well.
Can you guys see me over this tower and the smoke coming out of the top?
So Chef painstakingly seeks out the freshest seafood flown in every day. We've got Maine lobster. We've got Florida stone crab claw.
I see all of those on the top. I see the crab claws and
Indonesian tiger prawns that are colossal. They're huge.
They're massive.
These beautiful petite East Coast oysters. These are customized and crafted the way you want, different every single time.
Oh, so you can make this however you want.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, you guys are speaking my language. And finally, we cannot go to Gatsby's without cheersing, old sport. This is the Gatsby beverage. This is the Gatsby cocktail. So
absolutely,
all of these items were absolutely fabulous. You know, cheers to the new year and Gatsby Steakhouse. We love the history it has here in Montrose, and we're super glad that you guys are here. A must try. All the info is at HoustonLife.tv. Derek and Courtney, you know that I have a lot to consume. First, I'm going to to start with this 40-ounce tomahawk steak, and then I'll make my way to the seafood.
We keep looking to the side, seeing if somebody's bringing something in for us.
Yeah, nothing for us.
Still haven't seen anything.
Have fun
I'll
out there.
bring you anything that I have left over, but I can't guarantee there will be anything.
Great job, Lauren.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you. Cheers. After the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show when a big-name comedian makes a stop right here in Houston.
And as we head to break, let's check in with Nichelle Turner for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hey, Nichelle.
Derek and Courtney, tune into ET tonight because we're with Andrew Garfield. You gotta hear his story about sneaking into Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Plus, the cast of Scream tells us about reuniting 25 years after the original. That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. But don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, why one local teacher is being recognized for a very high honor, how she plans on using it to give back to her students.
Plus, we'll be chatting with actress and comedian Fortune Feimster about heading to Houston with her new stand-up show, Too Sweet, Too Salty. She's got a lot of fans here in H-Town. I am so glad
Hilarious.
she included us on her tour.
I know. It's so great. Well, what a fun show today.
I know. It's only Tuesday. We've got 3 more days. 3 more shows this week. We hope you'll join us then.
I hope you'll have a little soft shoe for us for your cruise ship debut on Friday.
I'm going to work on my dance moves, and you can work on your little DJ
I'll DJ
sesh.
for you.
I can't wait.
I know.
So
Maybe
many
check
hidden
your
talents.
eyes, too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well.
Ophthalmologist Courtney.
Let's check in with Keith and Christine now for the news at 4, guys.